Today, I'm going to actually show you how to manage your full-time corporate job if you want to be a content creator. I've been doing this for almost 5 years now, working both jobs, and I have a lot of tips, and I actually have something that will make your life so much easier, and I think you want to know this. Hi guys, welcome back to the vlog. My name is Jenna. If you guys are new here, welcome to a work from home day in my life. I am literally so excited for this video because this is something that I feel like I get asked constantly. This is like the #1 most requested question. How do you manage working full-time corporate 9 to 5 and post consistently on YouTube? And today I'm going to bring you guys along a whole day of how I manage both. Today is Wednesday. I'm working my full-time job, but I want to show you guys how I've been more specifically recently making my life so much easier, so much more efficient using AI. So this video is actually sponsored by Anthropic, and I'm so excited to take you guys through how you can actually use AI to make your life easier, do a little bit of work for you, make things more efficient. And if you've been always wanting to start a YouTube channel, starting to create content on Instagram or TikTok, but you still work full time, today I'm going to show you how you can manage both. And I've been using Anthropic's AI assistant Claude to make my life easier, more efficient. And today I'm going to show you guys how you can use AI if you're somebody who works a full-time job, but you're interested in creating content too. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can balance it all, and I'm going to give you so many tips and tools that I wish I had starting 5 years ago, because AI did not exist in this way before. And with Claude, it is just insane how much easier your life can be and how much more attainable it is to actually be a content creator. You can literally start today. So I'm so excited to bring you guys through my entire day. Some time before I log on to work, I'm gonna plan out my entire day, not just with my paper planner, but with Claude. But I just want to say that I wish so bad I had something like Claude when I was first starting out my channel, because do you know, if people would know how much time I put into planning my content, watching videos, doing market research, planning out like when I even fit editing into my day and fitting it into my schedule on top of working 9 to 5, like if I just had some guidance, the same guidance that we have today with Claude, make something like starting a passion, creating a passion, and just creating content in general so much easier. Claude is not supposed to be just a virtual assistant though. It's supposed to be a key collaborator in everything that I'm working on. I'm gonna put right here a visual of statistics that I asked Claude to get me in literally 5 seconds, and this is what it returned. Whereas before I would have to go through multiple sources, spend honestly hours understanding what's going on in the influencer marketing industry today, and just having a better sense of the landscape. I feel like I can be a smarter content creator because I have stats like this so readily available for me. And Claude is also very safe and ethical. There's an ethics code that they follow, and you don't even just have to be a content creator, but a lot of this content today will be catered towards fitting content creation with your 9 to 5 job. So you can put this with any sort of passion that you have that does require a lot of time, because you guys know that I'm passionate about having hobbies and passions in general outside of work. So I thought I would share my screen and I would show you guys just overall what my little Claude setup looks like. This is what the homepage of Claude looks like. It just says "Back at it, Jenna." You can tell it to name you certain things. There's different buttons here for if you want to write something, strategize, learn something, because there is market research on Claude. If you even want to code like web apps, I'm going to show you guys an example of that too during lunch. And yeah, there's just so many different things that you can do. There's Claude Opus and Claude Sonnet. 4 is for the most recent update that they have to Claude, but basically Opus is for something like long, complex challenges, and Sonnet is kind of for everything else. So it's smart, it's efficient, it's made for your everyday use. It's kind of more, for me, that's what I use the most. It's more creative. And if you go to chats, you can see all the different chats that you've had. I have 6 in the last couple of days. And then this is what your projects look like. You can group together essentially different chats all in one bucket. So you can run different chats, kind of like have different conversations going based on a certain topic. So I have something for daily life, YouTube channel, and Korean. Let me just show you guys a good example of how to use Claude just in your everyday life if you're managing multiple things. Okay, so I'm a full-time content creator as well as a full-time corporate manager in my 9 to 5 job. So I'm gonna say I have, I work a full-time 9 to 5 job in corporate. I have 2 content deadlines. Kind of did this morning, but I'm just showing you guys in real time like how Claude works for brand deals and content creation, end of the week, Friday, end of day. What I like about Claude is that I like to be specific because I want it to work as efficiently as possible. So I think the way you talk to Claude, first of all, is very important. I like to be very detailed because I want it to give me a detailed response. Can you look at my Google Calendar, because you can actually link your Google Calendar and your Google Drive, which is so good because then for content creation, everything is through your Gmail, your Google Calendar, your Google Drive, your brand deal agreements and stuff, your scripts. So it's just all in sync, which is so cool. Where I can fit pockets of editing time. Okay. And then Claude basically just does its work. So it says, I'll find you some editing time in your schedule. Let me check your Google Calendar to see what your availability looks like over the next couple of days. And then it literally, it's actually crazy, I think. I actually have Korean class tonight from 8 to 9:30. So it literally says, okay, from 6 to 8, do a 2-hour block to work on your Instagram reel. Tomorrow, assuming you start work at 9 a.m., you could do early morning editing. And then 6 to 7, you have 1-hour block. And then I actually have an ice cream pint night that I'm going to. After 8 p.m., if your evening ends early, you could squeeze in some editing time. So I like that it gives you both time blocks, but also suggestions for how you can be more flexible with it. Friday, early morning before your 9 to 5 work day, and then your evening after work. So recommendations tonight, Thursday, Friday morning, like just having this type of guidance. These are all things that I would just choose on the spot. When I was first starting out my YouTube channel, I was like, okay, I think I need to do this before work, but I'm not exactly sure. And I don't know how long it's going to take. And sometimes you literally just need some guidance on when to do things. And that's exactly what Claude is for. So then if I want to ask for a visual calendar, like literally a visual made, it will code that for you. It's insane. And you can watch this literally run in real time. I just think it's so crazy because I'm not even someone who codes often, but Claude is actually the most powerful AI assistant tool that we have on the internet today. Like it is literally the most powerful one. And I can show you this with the stats that Anthropic just recently released. Another really cool thing about Claude in general is that, oh my gosh, look at this. Isn't this actually insane? So it syncs my Google Calendar, so I have winding down, and then it puts in editing time. Literally insane. It time blocks it, color codes it, and then it has this visual made for you. Like, can we just take a second for how insane that is? And that's exactly honestly what I love about Claude. It not only schedules out my day, but it also thinks about my energy levels. So we still see winding down, we still have 9 to 5 corporate job, and I just think it is so insanely helpful. This is just one example. I'm going to show you guys a little bit more during lunch and after work. This is just so cool, honestly. Okay, well, now that I know how I want to structure the rest of my day and the rest of my week, let's just go ahead and start work. It's kind of nice because then if I know that I have this type of assistance and this type of guidance and I literally have a calendar created for me, I just genuinely feel not as stressed. I feel more supported, and therefore I feel like I can be more productive and focus on my corporate job. So it allows me to like maximize my productivity in both things. 12:30 right now. We're having our lunch break. You guys, I made these little like toasted ham and cheese rolls with butter, mayo, garlic salt. Let's try it together. I'm sorry. Something about a simple ham and cheese is so good. During this lunch break chat, I want to tell you guys just a little bit more in general about Claude and Anthropic. I know I talked about it before work started, but I just want to give you guys more of a rundown on it because I'm honestly so excited to be partnering with a company like Anthropic because not only were they really easy to work with, but this is still my typical content, and it's honestly a little bit more of like the back end of what it's like to be a content creator and someone that works full time or just someone who's like very, very busy. Claude makes it so nice. Claude 4, which they recently released, is actually their most intelligent model to date, and it's the world's best coding model. This actually means that they have sustained successful performances on complex, long-running tasks. It's also leading on the SWE bench. Claude can actually complete engineering tasks that would typically take an entire day of work. An entire day. Using AI tools like Claude makes starting your content creator journey so much easier than when I was actually starting out 5 years ago. If you guys have noticed the change in my video titles in the last couple of weeks, those were all actually titles suggested through AI and Claude, which in the end, this whole exercise of revamping my YouTube channel in a way, I'm kind of like rebranding, but just the way that I format my videos, the way that I post them, film them, edit them is all the same, but the way that I'm like marketing them out to the greater audience of people on YouTube in general is different because the landscape in general is different, and it's important for me as a content creator to always adapt to an ever-changing environment. And using something like Claude as a collaborator for me, it allows me to be more creative and it allows me to bounce my own ideas off of myself while also creating titles that are very algorithm friendly. What's amazing about Claude is that whenever it brings in sources or data or numbers or anything, there's always a link back to the actual source in addition to visuals just like these that show you the data that you're looking for. This allows Claude to conduct weeks of research and work in just hours. But not just that, but it's also with reliable citations and source referencing. I showed you guys this morning how it connects with your Google Calendar. Well, it also connects with your Google Drive, so Claude can actually look at the contracts that you're downloading onto your Google Drive and redline and report back to you things that you should look into so that you can better negotiate, vouch for yourself, and get a more fair rate. Fitting all of this into your 9-to-5 workday used to be so hard, but now I just feel like it's not anymore. And I'm constantly stressed, honestly. And so having something like Claude makes me feel like I'm a team of like so many different people instead of just a team of one doing everything myself. And using Claude all together just makes it easier for you to actually start your content creator journey. Not only start, but actually sustain being a content creator. Using something like Claude is what actually helps you maintain this lifestyle. If you guys want to check out Claude, you can click the link in my description box. Just test it out. You never know until you try. You can even ask it like, what can you do for me? And then it'll respond that. That's actually what I did this morning. I was like, can you remind me of your capabilities of how you can make my life easier? And it was awesome. Okay, I think that's everything I want to talk about for this lunch break chat. I'm going to finish my lunch now, get back to work, and then I will talk to you guys at the end of the workday. Okay, totally unrelated, but we're gonna take a small midday snack break. Loaded cereal consists of milk. I might add some protein powder only because I know I have a really good one. Fruit and cereal. Let's see if it's good. Half a banana. Like raspberries, which are literally gonna go bad in like 2 days if I don't have them. Ooh, interesting. Just a couple. All right, here's the mid-afternoon snack. I feel like it looks pretty good. It's like a whole meal, honestly. It's 6 o'clock. I just got in from walking Beast. I took him on a long walk. And I'm having my dinner right now, and this is honestly a lot of times what I do if I'm not editing my videos and I have time to actually focus on like some market research. I have my dinner here. I have a cottage cheese bowl. I talked about this during lunch and earlier in the morning too, but I really want to show you guys a little bit more of like a deep dive of a third final like big way that you can use Claude in your everyday life if you're someone that manages multiple things or you're interested in creating content full time while also maintaining your 9-to-5 job. Market research, which I actually have a lot of experience in because I used to do market research for around 2 years before I became an operations manager in my corporate job. Industry trends, geographic expansions. And so I have a lot of experience with market research and I know the value that it brings. I think people often feel like they don't need to do market research because they can just decide their strategy with their content or their business and they know exactly how to do it and they're passionate about it, but you can make better decisions and you can have a better strategy and therefore an overall better outcome with whatever you're doing if you do market research. So I'm gonna show you guys a screen recording of a good use case of how we can use Claude for content creation. These are all of the chats that I have going for my YouTube channel. One is called Improving My YouTube Channel. I have a brand collaboration outreach email that I drafted up with Claude so that I could send it over to different brands if they wanna work together for like wedding related content. I have trendy vlog style brainstorming. I like just having all of my ideas and thoughts into all these different chats that still relate back to like the larger project of my YouTube channel. I'm gonna start a new one. And I'm actually gonna use an upcoming brand campaign to help me like do some market research in general about what would be overall trending and what's a good way to create my Instagram reel because that's what I'm supposed to be working on right now. So I am working with a brand on an Instagram reel for easy summer outfits, some overall industry trends on what is popular right now, social media. Let's just see what it says. How do you know this is popular? Okay, and then it gives me some overall background knowledge about social media trends as of the end of January 2025, so still this year, and then recommendations based on Instagram's current algorithm. So I think that's really interesting. Would you like me to search for more current information about what's trending right now? Yes, show me what's trending right now. I like it because I feel like it's a conversation and I feel like the more Claude talks to you, the more it points you in the direction that you're kind of wanting to go anyways. And so instead of me like finding all these sources myself, you can literally see in real time all the different results that Claude is finding on the internet. It's so insane. So we have 30 results in the matter of seconds. And then not only that, but we have an overall summary of the top trending items like key colors and aesthetics, major fashion trends, specifically catered for Instagram reels. I just think this is so insane to me. And then everything is all linked back. This is what we call digestible market research. This is so valuable and it saves us so much time. And then if I wanna use this data that I've just found with the Instagram reel that I'm working with, I can actually have it script out what my Instagram reel will be. Using these trends, can you help me script out a 30-second Instagram reel showcasing 3 outfits. It's just crazy because I can read an overall summary of the current market today. We literally just got 30 plus sources. It creates a whole separate document and then it shows you a summary on the left of like the trending elements so that you can still brainstorm and go off of this if you would like. It even shows you key elements for algorithm success, such as trending hashtags, a caption hook, and then an engagement booster like comment your favorite number 1, 2, 3. This is just one specific way of how Claude's market research tools are so valuable, so fast, so efficient, and it allows me to be a content creator in the same way, smarter, faster, and better. And then lastly, if I want to create this script but make it into like an email version so I can send it over to the brand for them to approve, then I can just ask for that too. Put it in an email and then you're good to go. Okay, well, I'm going to eat my dinner, continue editing and doing some more market research, and I have Korean class at 8, and so I'll talk to you guys tonight. But I had a really good work day also.
Oh, really? 괜찮아요. I'll help you with it. So if you come,
we are ready for bed, and that is officially how I tackle my entire day, giving you guys tips and tricks on how you can use Claude for your everyday life, whether you're managing multiple things at once or you're interested in trying content creation while working your full-time 9-to-5 job. These are genuinely tips and tools that I wish that I had 5 years ago, but it's just amazing, I think, the way that technology has come in 5 years' time. And Claude just honestly makes it feel like anyone can be a content creator. It's really just a matter of you deciding and starting and continuing. If you want to try out Claude for yourself, then again, you can click the link in my description box. Let me know in the comments too what things you're trying to balance in your life, and I think that's everything for this video. I will see you guys in a new one very soon. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I post new videos twice a week in 2025. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, but until then, miss you already.